My sister Tracy is the one who said to me, Toni, you know, when you make it, you can help us come on. So I always tried to abide that. But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel I can never live my life, and I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody, but since we've been doing this show, I've been saying it.
Since the Braxtons came back on TV, drama has been non-stop. It's clear the sisters have a hard time getting along. Lately, there seems to be a new story about them almost every time. Now, Toni seems to be speaking out, saying she's tired and feels like she's been carrying the whole family for years.
13 or 14, my mom, she had a really bad accident. She fell, and her back was really messed up, so she was in hospital a long time. And so I was a surrogate parent for a moment.
Where was Dad?
Working, had to make a living, had 6 kids.
So what would it look like for you if it were different? If you didn't have that responsibility and if they weren't leaning on you, what would your life look like? What would you be doing?
Well, I would have soared higher.
You think so?
Absolutely.
There's no doubt Toni Braxton is the most successful of the Braxton sisters. She has won 7 Grammys and sold 70 million albums, making her one of the top R&B artists of all time. Toni started her music career with her sisters in the late 80s as part of the Braxtons. Then, in 1993, she went solo with an album that quickly became a hit. It reached #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold 10 million copies. Songs like Breathe Again and Another Sad Love Song helped make the album popular. Producers like Babyface and Antonio L.A. Reid worked on it. After that, she released another hit album, Secrets, which featured the famous song Unbreak My Heart. That single sold 10 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling singles ever. Toni has released 9 studio albums so far, with the most recent coming out in 2020, and all did well. Despite her success, she had to support her family financially early on. It was a hard task. Toni has shared how she took on most of the responsibilities, while her sisters stayed back, except for Tamar, who helped with some expenses.
Divorce, and a divorced mom pretty much got nothing. I'm not going to leave my mom by herself. So I'm going to make sure my mother's taken care of. None of my siblings have helped me take care of my mother to make sure she was okay, except for Tamar. No one said,
this is before Vincent.
Before Vince, Mommy's car insurance is due. Let's help Toni with Mommy car insurance. Only Tamar.
What Toni meant is that even though Tamar can be difficult sometimes, she was helping their mom long before she became famous. The other sisters, however, mostly acted like, Toni's got this, she can handle everything. What upset Toni the most was that while she was covering the bills, Traci and Towanda wanted to get paid for working with her. But Tamar, who was helping with the bills, never asked for any money in return.
Nothing. Shows you still charge her. I don't charge her. When the last time have I charged you for a show?
Tamar
It's been
hasn't charged
years.
me for a show for years. My sister Tamar never charges me to do background singing for me. My sister Traci does. My sister Towanda, she's an executive assistant. That makes sense for her to get a salary. I just wish every situation was not about Toni's savings and loans.
I have never charged Toni. And what I'm saying is it pissed me off. When I saw that you and Towanda get paid, I was pissed off.
I understand that Traci deserved to be paid for all the years she spent singing backup for Toni. She had her own family to take care of. And every time she sang for Toni, it meant less time to make money on her own. But according to Toni and Tamar, the issue was that even though Traci was getting paid, she still didn't contribute enough financially. This meant Toni ended up shouldering most of the responsibility as the main supporter.
It's okay. It's okay. I got you.
I don't want to talk about that, man.
But it's the truth.
Things became even harder for Toni because, while supporting her family, she was also facing her own money issues. Despite her success, which brought in over $170 million in record sales for her label, Toni filed for bankruptcy more than once. Even though she made millions for Arista, she earned less than 35 cents from every album sold. Toni even took her record label to court. Just 8 weeks after filing the lawsuit, she filed for bankruptcy. She later explained that her contract left her with less than $2,000 in royalties. On top of that, she had to pay the label back for things like clothes, travel, studio time, and music video costs. Her financial problems got so serious that she was accused of illegally transferring $53,490 to her husband, Kerry Lewis, to avoid paying creditors during her bankruptcy case. Toni also did an interview with Oprah, hoping to help people understand her financial struggles. But instead, the interview turned into a painful experience. Toni felt Oprah seemed judgmental, rude, and didn't understand her situation, which made things even tougher.
Welcome, Toni Braxton!
She was so freaking mean to me. I was in shock.
Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%?
100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this.
She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware.
You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it. What do you mean? And immediately, she made me feel this big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down on me.
At that time, rumors said Oprah purposely made Toni look bad on her show and even warned Toni's record label about what she planned to say. One source said Toni filed for bankruptcy during contract talks, which didn't look good for the label, especially since she had sold over 16 million records. The report claimed Oprah called the label before the show and said, "Toni's on my show today and she's going to make you guys look bad. But I think that's wrong, so watch the show." Setting Oprah's supposed actions aside, Toni filed for bankruptcy again in 2010. This time, it was because of health issues. She was diagnosed with microvascular angina and lupus, which forced her to cancel a very profitable Las Vegas deal.
Like a lot of people don't understand, my second bankruptcy was because I was sick. I have lupus, and my show in Vegas got canceled.
And the insurance wouldn't cover
The
it.
insurance didn't cover it, so I had to pay myself. And so
That's a lot. That was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money to put up a show. People don't understand this. If you see a concert, you see the lights, you see the band on stage. The artist pays for all that. The hotel rooms, the salary. So then you have nothing left over.
In 2019, things got harder for Toni when the IRS placed a lien against her on December 4th, claiming she owed $340,252.99 in unpaid taxes from 2017. Just days later, the California Franchise Tax Board also put a lien on her for more than $154.64. Together, that was nearly $500,000 in back taxes. Many believed Toni's family might have contributed to these money problems, especially since she was supporting everyone while battling an expensive, incurable illness and being shortchanged by her record label. When their show came back, reports said the sisters fought over money, not understanding why Toni and Tamar earned much more. This sparked a big argument, especially for Toni, who felt she deserved to make more than the others. The fight got so heated that producers had to stop filming, and Toni walked away, saying she was done. Toni also mentioned that before Traci died, they promised to get along, but things only got worse. It wasn't just about money. Toni was simply worn out by all the drama. Reports said none of the sisters showed up to the premiere party for Tamar and Miss E's cooking show because a big fight happened just 2 days before. Towanda then posted vague messages on social media saying things like, "To everyone who has distanced themselves from me, kindly stay there." Later, Towanda married her longtime partner Sean Hall in a small ceremony in Decatur, Georgia. Toni and Trina were bridesmaids, but Tamar was missing. The tension between Tamar and Towanda has always been clear. This showed up in the first season of their show. When Towanda was asked how it felt not having Tamar in her life, Tamar interrupted, saying Towanda didn't care. Tamar added that Towanda tried harder to stay close to Toni and Trina than to her, and that she usually had to reach out to Towanda first. Tamar said Towanda only contacted her when they were filming.
I respect where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. I make different choices in my life. And that's just where I am.
Now this is TV, Josh. outside of yesterday and today, when was the last time you talked to me?
I don't recall. It wasn't my birthday because you didn't call me.
Your birthday's September, here we are in March.
Towanda has said she can't even remember the last time she spoke to Tamar. She did mention that Tamar didn't wish her a happy birthday in September, even though they filmed an episode together months earlier, in March. Tawanda's frustration with Tamar is clear. She said she's now focusing only on those closest to her kids and her partner. This shows she's reached a point where she no longer feels the need to maintain relationships outside her immediate family, especially with Tamar. As the fights among the Braxton sisters go on, fans and the public have started picking sides. Some believe Towanda's problems with Tamar have lasted for years, and that she has held onto those feelings for a long time. Others think Towanda might be jealous of Tamar's success and the attention she gets, especially since Tamar has reached important milestones in her career. This ongoing tension has caused even more issues in the Braxton family. It's said that Toni is just fed up with all the drama and constant arguments. Things worsened when Tamar had a public breakdown. She suddenly deleted her social media accounts after posting emotional and intense messages on what was once Twitter. In one deleted post, Tamar said how toxic she felt her family was. She wrote, "Y'all have no idea, none of the gaslighting is crazy, and I'm going back into treatment. OMG, I just pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful." In another post, she said, "I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never gone back to BFB." These messages showed how overwhelmed she was and that she might be close to breaking down. The drama didn't stop there. Tamar blocked Toni on social media, and Toni only found out when she tried to tag Tamar in a birthday post. Toni said she suspected she'd been blocked, saying, "I wanted to repost that gorgeous picture of you, but I'm blocked again." This made the confusion and frustration between them worse. Tamar denied blocking Toni and called her claim pure gaslighting. She even shared a screenshot of a text conversation from the day before, showing they had been trying to find each other's locations. Tamar said if Toni really wanted to talk, she could have just called her. Some think that while Toni's family has benefited from her success, they may also have added to her money problems. They say that supporting everyone wore her down financially and emotionally. This kind of pressure could have affected her health in ways we may never fully understand. What do you think about all this? Do you believe Toni's family caused her